weeks to get in shape. We're going to break everything down. We're going to make everything make sense. We got 24 weeks to get in shape. How long we got? We got 24 weeks to get in shape. We're going to build this six-pack within this next 24 weeks. We're going to get stronger within this next 24 weeks. We're going to lose that stomach within this next 24 weeks. It's about us being consistent throughout the entire duration of this program, though. We got 24 weeks to get in shape. I've never been the type of person that's going to give you a program and you in shape tomorrow. That don't even make sense. That's not how this works. Mainly when you higher in the body fat percentage. If you somebody that's higher in body fat percentage, you got that 24. You got that 32. Let's be real. We gotta be real where we are to understand what we need to know where we gotta go. We got 24 weeks to figure this out. Let's not overcomplicate this. Let's start off with some of the basics. Let's make everything make sense. Let's not overcomplicate this. There's simple things that you can start doing right now, and I'm gonna break everything down in this live. I like to break everything down to make it make sense. First thing I need you to understand, we trying to get rid of this. This is what we trying to get rid of. That's called body fat. We trying to get rid of the body fat. What we trying to do? We trying to get rid of this body fat. Body fat is something that's not allowing us to see what we already have. That muscle. We trying to take things to the next level by what? Maintaining the muscle we already have. And we might want to build a little bit more. But one thing we do need to understand is that we want to start breaking down this body fat percentage. This is going to be very important when it comes down to everything. We're going to break down this body fat percentage. So the more we focus on reducing body fat, the easier it is for us to achieve what we want. And that's a nice physique. Also, the beautiful thing about dropping this body fat is we're going to be able to what? Easily maintain what we have achieved. I don't want you to do something and then next thing you know, next 3-4 months, we stressing about the same stuff. That means we haven't learned our lessons. That means we haven't made the proper adjustments. I want to make everything make sense at the end of the day and really give you what you're looking for. And what I mean by give you what you're looking for is understand the things we need to do to take it to the next level. So remember, we want to reduce the body fat. Body fat is going to be very important. The lower we go in the body fat percentage, and guess what? The more muscle we can see. The higher we are in our body fat, then guess what? We not really going to be able to see what we want to see. We're not going to be able to burn. I'm not going to say burn, but be able to see the physique that we want. And it might be a point within a process of us just focusing on losing weight. This might put us in the wrong direction. Good morning, great people. Good morning, great people. We talking about 24 weeks, the expectations and what you're going to experience in a 24-week program. We're breaking everything down right now. Drop your questions as we go over everything. Like I said, the first thing we want to focus on is identifying where we are. Are we higher in body fat? Are we in that 35%? We at that 30%. That's the reason why we can't see the six pack. It's not just about losing the weight. How much weight, once again, is relative to how much fat, how much muscle we have. One thing you need to understand is this is 5 pounds of muscle. This right here is 5 pounds of body fat. Once again, this is 5 pounds of muscle. Right here, once again, this is 5 pounds of body fat. We want to reduce the amount of body fat percentage that we have to do what? See more definition. You and I both can see the lower we get in this chart, the more definition we can see. Look at that. Look at that 8%. 8% looking good. We see why we can see the six pack. We see why we can see the definition. I do need you to understand at the end of the day, the higher we go in this, what's going to happen? We're going to see more and more and more body fat and less and less and less definition. I want to make everything make sense at the end of the day. You have to understand the basics to be able to understand, are you doing things the right way? I want to make sure you're doing things the right way because there's so many different ways to do this. So many different ways to get in great shape. So many different ways. But you do need to understand at least the basics to really get what you want. You talking about somebody that's been doing it for a long time. Come on now. 35 and over. And I want you to understand a lot of what I've been doing is because I've been consistent with it. A lot of what I've been able to maintain without me being consistent with working out is because of the consistency I've had over the years. And this is why, once again, I want you to understand we got 24 weeks to get this done. We working on this piece by piece, brick by brick. Rome wasn't built overnight. If you start the process of building your home from scratch, do understand the house not going to be made in a week. We need to understand trying to build our bodies is going to take the same amount of time. Come on now, foundation up. We need to make sure the small fundamentals, like the foundation, can support what we even going to put on it. So think about that. Ligaments, tendons, joints, bones, these things are going to be important. What's going to be able to maintain the health of some of that? Some of that is going to be from nutrition. So do understand we're going to have to clean up the nutrition. You got to be real with yourself to identify, understand, so we can move on that you ain't doing things the right way. If right now you're not getting the results that you want, the only person you can blame is yourself and your actions that you've taken. So if you see that you haven't got what you want, despite how much time you've invested in anything, do understand we got to go step by step. What are we doing wrong? It's something we doing wrong, because if we were doing everything right, we would have what we thought we have. Or maybe it may take a little bit more time. But Rome was not built overnight. Once again, we got to build the small fundamentals. As I go over a lot of these things, remember, drop your questions below. I just want to educate you on identifying what things we need to do and create solutions to our problems. I want to solve your problems from the basics. These are the fundamentals we can't overlook. If you cannot see your six-pack right now, guess what? You had too much of this. You got too much body fat. Way too much body fat. That could be from inactivity. You're not working out. You're not moving. It's a lot of things you're just not doing that you should be doing on a consistent basis to be able to support what you're looking to get. You're not as active as you think. You're not training your body hard enough as you may think. You're not feeding it the right things as you may think you are, as consistently as your body needs it. Sometimes we also need to look into the things that the body needs, the nourishment it may not be getting. So once again, this is when a supplement may come into play. I always tell you, I'm not against supplements. Supplements should be relative to what you are able to get. If you're able to eat enough protein, why are we taking a protein shake? Makes no sense. If you're struggling with being able to get your protein in, I understand. We should be bending towards a supplement like a protein shake. But like I said, everything is within context and relevance to what your body needs. I see people all the time. Oh, I'm not getting the results I want. I'm not getting the results I want. You don't realize you ain't pushing yourself hard enough. Let's be real. Are you eating as healthy as you say you eating? Or are you eating enough? Because people love to think if you starve yourself, you automatically going to get that physique. All you're going to do is give a sick look. We don't want you to look sick. We want you to look healthy throughout the process of you dropping this body fat. You have a lot of this already here. You have muscle. You just have a little bit more body fat. That's it, which is not a problem. And how are we going to lose this body fat? We're going to expense it into energy. We're going to do things. We're going to move. We're going to lift weights. We're going to run. We're going to jump. It's all about activity. That's why I keep talking about staying active. Being and staying active. You know what I'm saying? So do me a favor and understand one thing. Step by step. But I do need you to understand the basics. I need you to understand the basics. If you have a high body fat percentage, we need to get active. That's why we talk about the little things of 10,000 steps a day. If you only getting 3,000 steps a day, look how much movement you're not getting. I'll show y'all when I get on a piece of cycling equipment like the bike. When I'm doing my aerobic training and you see me knock out 2 miles in 6 minutes, look how fast I got that. It took you 45 minutes to do that. And you wondering why I'm in more shape. I need you to understand some of the basics. Some of the basics. I'm not saying you got to tackle the things that I'm tackling at the time that I'm tackling, but I'm just showing at the end of the day, if you're questioning why I'm still in shape, I'm showing you how I'm doing more work than you're not even realizing. I'm showing how you still need to challenge your body more to be able to get the results that you want. Maybe you need to go to the gym one more day. You're going 3 times a week. Maybe you need to start off the day with your workouts because that's when you have the most energy. The body will adapt at some point. Mainly if you consistently feed it. Nothing to be upset about. By the way, if you getting game right now, do me a favor, drop a 7 in the comments. If you understand it and you picking up what I'm putting down so we can start moving forward, do me a favor and drop a 7 in the comments. Because I need you to understand the basics build the foundation. In order for us to progress in ways that we want to progress, we need to understand that we need to tackle the basics. The basics. The basics build the foundation. Making sure, once again, if we high in body fat percentage, you gotta be real with yourself. You gotta be real. It's okay. You just gotta be real. I'm not where I want to be. Do understand we can always make adjustments. You all right? I've seen people come back from some of the worst injuries. Mainly if you somebody who ain't got no injuries. If you somebody that's dealing with trial of balance, kid, and work life, I get it. I get it. It's all about making it a part of the schedule. You seeing the benefits from it. It's going to be hard when you first start. It's going to be hard. You may not realize when you started, you at the slowest part of your career. Then all of a sudden your career hits you, it get fast paced. It's a little bit harder to stay on track. There's things that you need to have in place in order to make sure we're still being able to maintain what we already have and being able to build forward. Getting in great shape is not just shooting to the moon. We're not skyrocketing to the moon. That's not how this works. You may be able to get your rocket off the ground and it might fall right back down after 2 weeks. It is what it is. We just need to make sure we're doing documentation. This is why I talk about documentation being so important. We got 24 weeks to get this together. Not 3 days, not 15 days, not 31 days. We got 24 weeks. 24 weeks. We keep thinking so small-minded, thinking we can make blasting off to the moon happen in 10 days. It don't work like that. It may take a year of putting in the groundwork to understand who you are and how your body functions. Little things like, if I work out, am I getting sore the next day? Is it taking 2 days? These things play a huge role in what we should be doing when it comes down to exercise, when it comes down to nutrition. If it's a point that you train the area on Monday and you realizing we 6 days in, that area is still sore, something ain't right. Is it nutrition? Are we overtraining? Are we using improper form and technique? I need us to understand one thing. In order for us to really get where we want to get, we got to make sure the fundamentals have to be in place. It may not seem like this is rocket science. It may seem as though it's easy to get done, but this is going to be difficult. Your body adapts each and every time you give it something. You don't realize how much your body adapts to what you give it. That's why the first month you was able to drop 15 pounds, and second month you confused because you ain't dropped 3 yet. That's not nothing to be discouraged about. The body adapts to what you've been giving it. Maybe it's a point that you don't realize you was pushing a little bit harder that first month. Second month, you kind of started slow stepping the feet because work started getting to you. You haven't been able to get enough sleep lately. You barely getting 5 hours of sleep trying to push through. It's a point now you starting to realize you want to be cheap. You used to eat out and eat premium. It was breaking your pockets. Now all of a sudden you want to save a little bit of money. These things happen, but you picking cheaper options. You're not realizing you're giving yourself a lower quality. That's why your performance is dropping. Physically, mentally. Come on now. We got to make these things make sense. It's all within the small fundamentals of being real with yourself, where the body fat percentage is there. 35%, 30%, 25%, 20%. Look at the difference. I'm giving you the chart. I don't want to hear nothing about genetics at the end of the day. This chart is relative to everybody. Everybody may have small little, shaping differences. It is what it is. I get it. But we're going to stop using that excuse that the genetics is the reason why you're not getting what you want. Come on now. We got to make it make sense at the end of the day. So I need us to understand one thing. In order to get more of what we want, I need us to understand. We need to understand where to start. We need to understand what to do. We need to understand the areas we need improvement in at the end of the day. I need us to understand that. The more we understand that, the more we can get what we want. The more we understand that, the more we can get of what we want. It's the basics. Following the basics. If you're paying attention to the live, I've been giving you a lot of the game. All you got to do is make sure you implement it. If you want to accelerate and rocket the process of you being able to get what you want, all I need you to do at the end of the day is do what? Tap in with me with the 24-week program. Tap in with me with the 24-week program. All you got to do is click the link in the bio, tap the 24-week program. Let's get it. You've been trying to figure this out for a long time, and I'm tired of you trying to figure this out. You don't realize how these little things are affecting your posture. They're affecting your form. Come on now. You don't realize these little things are the reason why you feel as though you need more of a break. You need to give your body more time. Something ain't right. The more weight that you gain, you don't realize the more access your body is storing. We need to let go of this body fat percentage. We need to drop this body fat percentage. We need to be focused on cardio as well as resistance training. Resistance training, I always say resistance training because it comes in so many different forms. Free weights, barbells, body weight. Come on now, calisthenics, whatever form you want to use. My biggest and strongest point has always been do the things that you truly enjoy. It's going to make a world of a difference. Why are we trying to implement things that we don't enjoy if we notice that it's not working for us? Take it out the program and move on. If you're ready to tap in, 24 weeks. 24 weeks. All you gotta do is message me. 24 weeks. Let's get it. You ready? It's time. You ready? It's